Hi, welcome to Yoga Today. My name is Sarah Klein. In today's tip, I will be guiding you through Prasarita Padottanasana, or separate wide angle stretching for the legs, A, B, C, and D. So Stephanie, would you please step onto your mat? And I'd like you to just start in Tadasana with your Pada Bandha, spreading your toes, rooting down through your heels again, really emanating that mountain. And then from this place, I'm going to have you bring the arms up alongside the ears, nice and gentle, and take a large step out to your right. So this is wide angle, wide angle. Now, it said that the tighter your hips are, you can bring your hands down now, just alongside you. It said that the tighter your hips are, the wider you step out. Yet you really want to be careful that you're not overtaxing your ankle joints. I like to have you start with your heels on the back edge of your mat so that the feet are exactly lined up and square. If you have pretty flexible hips, you can even turn the toes slightly in for a little pigeon toed. Good. From here, we're going to bring the hands to the hips as you have them. You're going to draw the elbows back towards one another. Notice how that lifts your chest. Now root your sitting bones down to your heels. Gorgeous. And it's as though I put a little beach ball between her elbows, so she's going to maintain that lifted heart. And then you'll inhale, Steph, just a tiny little back bend, lifting your chest up to the sky. And you'll exhale, forward fold, keeping your hands on your hips. And in this first one, for the tight person, I'm going to have you bring your hands right down to this block, remembering that there's 3 levels: low, let me move this, medium, and of course high. So for Steph, she's going to just come to the low one. And then Steph, if you would just move on an angle to the right just a little bit, I really want you to get a good idea of how much you need to keep your hips directly over your knees and over your heels. So I tell my students, please don't fall back into the person behind you, into their space. And then from this place, you want to, again, really engage the quadriceps. You've got your Pada Bandha in your feet working. The engagement of the quadriceps as well as the Mula Bandha and the belly starts to open up the hamstrings. So from here, I'm going to remove the block. So that would be for actual beginners, and place your hands on the block, Steph. You had them alongside. And it's because she's so flexible, she doesn't need the block. I just want to give you that example. And then maybe straighten the arms. Here, do you see that? And then I would move her hips forward slightly. Oh, do you feel that? Nice. Then from here, go ahead and take your body weight back. And I'll remove the block. And so we'll come into A without a modification. Again, engaging the fronts of the thighs, walking the hands back now so they're in line with the toes. Hands are underneath the heart. So hands are about here. Good. And then from this place, again, that beach ball between your elbows. Inhale, little half lift here. And then exhale, fold, fold, come all the way down. One day there'll be a nice plumb line from the top of your tailbone down to your head. And the top of the head comes to the floor in this pose, A, with time. Good. Keep the elbows parallel. Take one more breath. And then inhale, lift your chest, straighten your arms, look slightly forward. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, bending the elbows like you have that beach ball. Inhale, press into your legs, and come on up. Excellent, beautiful. With the next one, you're going to keep the hands on the hips. Thumbs are pointed back to the sacrum. The 4 fingers are facing the hips. Inhale, lift the heart. Little tiny bit of a back bend looking up towards the sky. That's gorgeous. Exhale, engage the front of the thighs, keep the stability, and forward fold, bringing the crown of your head, top of your head, like headstand, right down to the floor. So I know that Steph's really flexible. She's stepping a little more narrow, but I believe if you step even wider, if you can do that, you'll move the top of your head to the floor more and more and more. Keeping your hands on your hips, please. So this is B, the hands stay on the hips, and the elbows, again, ideally move towards one another. So the thighs engaging, coupled with the hands pushing into the hips, gives you a confident feeling of moving forward more and more with your hips as your head dives down, relaxing your neck. And then to come up on the inhale, press the hands into the hips, coming all the way up. That was lovely. Next one, you'll inhale, hands always start on the hips here. Exhale, bring the hands around behind you, interlacing the fingers. Now we've got what I call the loose fit and then the more open shoulders. So she'll demonstrate the loose fit where the fingers are interlaced and the palms are apart. Inhale, lift your heart, look up towards the sky. Exhale, begin to forward fold, keeping your hands on your low back as you come forward. Again, crowning yourself. Crown of the head comes to the floor. Engage the front of the thighs so you can come forward, and then begin to draw the arms gently. Now you want to be gentle on the shoulder girdle. So for some of you, you might need to microbend the elbows just a little bit. The elbows, microbend. Yes, good. And then from here, head comes to the floor at some point. Nice. And before you come up, you're going to return your hands to your low back so you can come up using the legs, the thighs. That's it. And come on up. Final one. Releasing the hands, bringing the hands to the hips. So we're always starting here. Inhale, lift up to the sky, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold, keeping your hips over your ankles. And then bringing your peace fingers inside the big toe and second toe. Good. From here, if you need to, microbend your knees a little and show them how that keeps her spine straight. Hips come forward, top of the head goes to the floor, and the elbows come back at a little angle. That was perfect. And then I always ask my students to do the shoulder wiggle, the shoulder dance, to make sure they're not doing this posture with their shoulders. Good. And again, your inhale, you find length and expansion. Your exhale, you fold in. Good. And exhale, crown down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And you're in an inversion, so as you come back up, first release peace fingers from the toes, pressing the hands to the hips. That was lovely. And releasing your arms all the way down. I hope you enjoyed this quick tip. For full-length classes, please visit us at yogatoday.com. Thank you and namaste.